Mr. James Chambers, Mr. Jimmy Cliff.
Blessed love.
Sir Jimmy. How you doing, boss?
Good man.
Yeah, you
All
good?
right. All is good.
All is
Thanks.
good. All is good. Give thanks, man. Welcome to Hot 105, and it's a pleasure. It's an honor.
Pleasure is mine
It's
to
a
be here.
it's a honor for you to be here and working with us. Give thanks. Give
Double
thanks.
pleasure.
Living legend. And growing up. As we start. Tell me, where did you grow up in Jamaica, and how was it growing up in Jamaica?
I grew up in the parish of St. James,
Uh-huh.
a little district called Somerton. I call it the Good Samaritan. And, running around with friends and that, my joy was really going to the river every day, swimming with my friends and going to the bush, cooking in the bush and all that kind of thing. So yeah, I went to primary school and that was good. And the only thing that got me really excited in school was when it come to anything to do with that entertainment, whether it's acting or singing or that. So
Right,
that was the
right.
fun part. Well, all my life was fun, but that I enjoyed that when I look back on my life as that time, it was a great time.
It was a great time growing up then. Tell me some of the who influenced you, singing. Who did you listen to back then time? Because for me, I grew up listening to you. Who did you listen to back
Okay.
then? To him,
I had some
you
great
know?
people who inspired me.
Yeah.
Um, Local people and people from what we say foreign, which is the United States
Hmm.
or the UK. Well, Derek Morgan, Prince Buster, people like those were ahead of me
Right.
and were very inspirational to me. And then, as a child in the country, I listened to WINZ. That was in New Orleans.
Ah.
And so we had the opportunity to listen to from R&B to jazz to all of those things. So the singers who were inspiring to me were Ray Charles, Sam Cooke, Fats Domino,
Wow.
Smile Lewis, you know, those kind of people in the R&B,
The
yes.
R&B chart. What age did you say yes? I know I can sing. This is what I want to do. What age? Did you sing to the church?
I sang in church,
Yeah.
in Jamaica, I mean, you just have to, whether you want to go or not, if your parents say Christianity, you have to follow them and forward with the Christianity. So, yeah, I followed them, and actually, that was the singing that I enjoyed most of all in the church.
When we talk about a great song like "The Harder They Come," you wrote that song when you were 21.
Yeah.
When you listen to that song and the words of that song, I can imagine a young man at 21 years old.
Yeah, I have always had the outlook of a
Mhm.
global thing, and I used to walk with my friends in the country and say, I'm going to go to New Orleans, I'm going to go to Texas, I'm going to go to London. I don't know where those places are.
Mhm.
Didn't know where they are. I just heard about those places. So yeah, so I always had a global view and a very conscious mind of social, political, socio-religious things. So yeah, song came out of those kind of consciousness.
Did Cuba have a lot of influence in Jamaican
Oh,
music? Yeah.
absolutely, man. Cuba, Cuba, again, as a church, you have to feel it, going to church. You weren't allowed to listen to the music, those music, what they call the devil's music at the
Mhm.
time.
The
So
devil music.
there was a sound system close by where I lived in Somerton. That was my only chance because it was open and playing.
Oh.
And all the time they play
Uh-huh.
Cuban music all the time, you know. So, yeah, that was a big inspiration for me too.
At what age did you leave Jamaica? Did you know a lot of musicians leave Jamaica to further their career? You know, did you take that part also?
Yeah, I have to say that I was invited to the UK
Hmm.
by the founder of Island Records,
Right,
Chris Blackwell.
right,
And at first, I kind of didn't really want to go. I came to do a festival, World's Fair in New York. It's my first travel out of Jamaica, and I was very well liked,
right.
actually loved. And so I thought, well, I can make it in America. I don't want to go to England. And well, Chris Blackwell said one thing to me that kind of changed my mind. He said, look, there are many people like you here in America, but you can't find many like you in England.
Hmm.
So, wow, okay, it's a better part.
True, true. A lot of people, you know, as you talk about Island Records, did Bob Marley go to Island Records, or did you go to Island Records first? Because I know, you know, you're the first one that took Bob Marley under your wings. A lot of people don't know that.
Right. Well, the story is I started my career before Bob, and the way
Right.
I took him under my wings was Desmond Decker and Bob were working at welding. We both did welding, and Desmond Decker came. I was the audition guy at Beverly's Records. Desmond Decker came. I auditioned him, and he recorded this song, "Honor Your Mother and Your Father."
Mm.
Went back and said, "Wow, you know, meet this bridge in Jimmy Cliff Farm. Get him some record." He's telling me the story.
Right.
So then he sent Bob. So I was there one day playing the piano, writing a new song, with my back turned. And this shot took a bridge and walk up and said, "That sound good enough." And for me, I'd look around. I said, for somebody to just walk in immediately like that and say, "That sound good," how could he know it sounded good? I knew it sounded good. It was one of my best songs I was writing, Miss Jamaica,
Ah.
King of Kings. I was completing those songs.
Mhm.
So he said he has some songs. Desmond sent them on. So I said, all right, sing your songs. He sang about 5 songs. I played the keyboard and chose three of the songs, and that was it. Then after that, I went to England. So I did went to
Right.
England before Bob.
Before Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you when he approached you, did you see him as a good writer, a good singer, or did you know see him therefore after?
Well, the first thing I noticed, like I say, for somebody to walk in and just say, "That sounds good,"
Uh-huh.
and I didn't get the vibes that he was trying to boost me up or anything.
Uh-huh.
I get the vibes like he sensed that is what I was doing. So that was kind of an immediate thing. So I said, "Wow, this man is very sensitive." And then um, when he started singing his songs, I said, "Wow, this man is a poet."
Mm.
Because, you know, very conscious with words.
Right.
And third thing was, wow, but a great sense of rhythm. Great sense of rhythm.
Right.
And basically, them three things that was a carry him through. You know?
Hmm. Hmm. Did you work with him on stage?
Yeah, man, we work on stage because there was like a Beverly's, it was a Beverly's
Oh, okay.
all-star
All Star. Okay.
touring Jamaica.
Right.
And Bob was on the show.
Hmm.
Don Drummond was on the show. A lot of people don't know Don Drummond is, for me, he's the greatest trombonist in the world.
Yeah.
And yeah, Bob was on the show. So we started touring the island from Portland to Maypen and then all around. Then when we reached Montego Bay, the people start, Bob go out and start singing song. And the people start boo Bob.
Mm.
Huh? Bob draw for the song. When record named Judge Nat. I said,
Judge Nat.
don't you look at me so smuggled and say I'm going bad. Who are you to judge me and the life that I live? The priest crowd went, she's the man that them just booing.
Yeah.
Crowd went like that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, so we did shows together. And like, you know, we were always good brethren
Right.
from
right.
that, you know.
Yeah.
I think during the time when he became popular, people always thought we were rivals. But we were just good brethren and appreciate each other.
Right. Did you also meet Peter Tosh? You work with Peter Tosh, Bunny Wailer. You do any work with
Well,
him
we have
so far?
Peter Tosh, yeah, we did a lot of shows in the U.S. together. I don't know if that was his first tour, but we did some tours together in the U.S.,
Right.
Peter. And what I've done with Bunny is only like one concert in Jamaica that we called Youth Consciousness.
Right.
And yeah, I did one other show at a time in New York. So I work with all of them.
All right, true. We're gonna take you back to the other day. How did they how did the audition for that movie? How did they come to you and say, you know, I think it was Perry Hensley.
Perry Hensley.
You're right. Come to you and say, Jimmy, you want you do this song? You know, and we love Ivan. You know, I wish there was a part 2 to Ivan.
Scene. Well, look, Ivan was a character that as a youth going to school in short pants,
Right.
we used to hear about Ivan O. Martin. Reagan! You know the word Reagan? It means Reagan! You know what I mean? Hear about man, because him say the man, the Reagan, you know, real bad. Because at that time, there was no guns, weren't prevalent in Jamaica or anything. So for a man to have a gun,
Right.
to shoot a man, and a policeman, it was like,
Yeah, that was the worst of the worst.
you know?
Yeah.
So when anyone hear about Reagan coming, you look for cover, you know, start run for cover. So the thing is, when Perry bring the movie to the script to me, he say, well, you know, I have the script a long time, looking for the right people to play it. As a matter of fact, he actually all spoke with Johnny Nash at one time, because, you know, Johnny Nash had a good affiliation with Jamaica.
Right. Yeah.
And it didn't work out. He spoke to Prince Buster. It didn't work out. And he spoke to me. He said, I have the script here now. You think you could write the music for it? I say, what do you mean I think? I don't think nothing. We can't do it. So, for about 30 seconds, he just blank looking at me and I said nothing. Next thing, and he left after that. The next thing I heard, he sent a script to Island Records in England, because at that time I was residing in England.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
So I read the script, and then, really and truly, there's a side of me which, like Batman. Yeah, but I could have been a bad man, because I grew up in West Kingston.
Right.
And I preferred the mic. Take up the mic instead of the gun.
Instead of the gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But many of the bad man them like me a lot, even love me. Come here, artist. Come sing a song for me.
Right.
You know? And so, but however, when I read the script, I could identify with the character in a lot of ways. Because that side of me, rebellious side of me, really kind of say, I say, okay. The scene he ran was the scene that say with the mother and the boy coming from the country. Right. Say, you know, mango, you bring no mango for your mother. Yeah, well, that's one mango, yeah, man. What happened for my mother? So wait there. Yeah. Eat off the mango. So anyway, I like the script, and But the script that we see on the screen now is not what I read then, because I improvised a lot, and he liked that. He said,
Okay.
you have a scene to do one day, and he just come up and he say, Jimmy, how you play that scene there? And I say, oh, just going at it my way. I went into it the way I would do it. And I drew a lot of inspirations from living in West Kingston. So I know a lot of Batman
Right.
and all of that. So I drew a lot of my inspirations from that. So he looked at me and he said, boy, this is the man I've been looking for all long to do my movie. But I didn't want to do the movie.
Huh.
He looked at me and he said, I think you're a better actor than singer. I was quiet for a while. You know, it touched me because I've always believed that myself.
Right. You never hacked before, right?
No, but only school plays, and
Right.
in school, you know, and breaking up time, there was always a play. And I light up when there's a play, you know,
Right.
at that time. You sing and you act and you dance and all of that. So that was it. That was my only experience of acting.
Wow, then that's where it's all started. Yeah. So that you go in as a singer songwriter, and you end up being the lead, do the lead role in the movie.
Yeah, I did the lead role because when he saw me the next time, he didn't say he want me to write the music. He said, I want you to play the lead role. So, you know, I went from the singer-songwriter to the actor. Yeah.
Right. So after the order they come, you know, is that time you went to Brazil? You went to all over Chile, Argentina. You spent a lot of time down there. Oh, you know, tell me, what was that like? Because you know, think about it, it's a Spanish-speaking country.
Well, you know, my role in the music business as the Jamaican was always the pioneer role. I opened the gate for everyone, and anyone who opened the gate has to close it,
Right.
and I don't close it yet.
True.
So when I went to Brazil, it was to do a festival representing Jamaica, a music festival that they had down there. And well, I did the festival at the stadium, and nobody knew of me. I mean, I had no name. I just went to represent Jamaica, and boy, I sang a little song called Waterfall. Another sun to shine, another place of mine. If I could have my way, I'd stay forever. La 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 la. The crowd teared on. You know? So, mash it up, man. So, the festival was for about 3 days, and so, you know, all the competitors compete for about 3 days. Well, I actually was the most liked or loved on the festival, but I didn't win. But it didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
Didn't matter because actually when I left England, I wasn't achieving what I went to England to achieve. And so when I went there, that just kind of turned my whole mentality around. I said, boy, I went to England thinking I'm the best. And here are these people now treating me like I'm the best. Wow, I get come again. And then I wrote a lot of my hit songs.
You wrote one of your biggest songs in Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful.
Wonderful,
world.
yes.
Beautiful
People.
Yeah.
And along that journey, I left from Brazil to Argentina, to Chile, to Uruguay, Panama, right along there. And yeah, I mean, so that was a big turning point in my life that time.
So after that, you know, you start getting a lot of tours. You know, did you come back to the U.S. or you went back to England after leaving?
Yeah. So, you know, I wrote Many Rivers to Cross as well on that trip, because along the way I was writing songs to come back to Jamaica. But all that was on my mind was, well, now I have to write some great songs to go back to Jamaica and record. So Wonderful World, Beautiful People was one of them. Many Rivers Cross was one of them. Vietnam was one of them. And all those songs. And, I went back with the vigor and the confidence that, I know say I have it now, That was it.
That
So,
was it. Yeah, that's good. That's
yeah.
a lot of people don't know, but you got a lot of. We're gonna take questions from the audience too. So if you have anything to ask, Mr. Jimmy Cliff, he's open to that. So if you have any questions,
I'm open for questions. I mean, because I like any subject you can think of.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Commercial break.
The Children's Stress-Free Family Expo is back on track after Hurricane Irma, featuring valuable resources, activities, and
After we
entertainment for the
finish, you
entire
can do some
family.
drops.
Absolutely.
With
Yes.
with Jimmy.
Yes.
This is our program director, Phil.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you for doing this. For me, it's an honor. Okay? All right. 21st through 10 to 4, where you can start fresh after the storm by visiting hundreds of exhibits featuring programs and services you need for your family, as well as special areas for fun and learning. Test your rock climbing skills, learn to code, visit the bookstore, and discover food trucks, craft markets, and we do that with and character tours. Don't miss the Children's
Full circle.
In Ibiza. He hung out with us.
Oh, Chris Black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Ibiza.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And his son. But small world. I
Smile.
used to wrong.
You just text him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too late.
Yeah. Oh, in England. I'm a me, the Hollywood and
Ah.
we had other things that we down there.
2017 or 1-800-444-8736 for details about costs and terms. For a test drive, see your local Miami area Mercedes-Benz dealer or visit mbUSA.com.
All right, we're going to go back to live radio. Any questions, please feel free. Just hold up your hands and, feel, you know. Yeah, we're gonna wanna get you live on the radio, so we make sure. Yeah.
Check, check. When we come back from this promo, everybody make a lot of noise when we come back from commercial, okay? So everybody can hear you. Thank you. Really, really appreciate that.
You did the right thing, and before TMZ and all of that, you saved my life and my brain.
Welcome back, Hot Live. South Florida Year Station, 50 minutes of today's R&B and old school. We're back live with Mr. Jimmy Cliff, Hot Live. Sir, once again, it's humble, it's honored, welcome. There's a lady over there got a question.
Oh, great.
Good evening, Mr. Cliff, Mr. Chambers, Mr. Cliff. Hard to know which one to say. My name is Bethany Hall. I'm from Hollywood, Florida. I represent People Profile. We profile ordinary people who do extraordinary things. And I think that, of course, you are extremely extraordinary and your life is full of so many stories. If you have one favorite story that you love to tell, that you don't mind telling over and over again, which one would it be?
There couldn't be just one favorite story. But I'll tell you one. The ones that make impression on one's life. When one go through life, things that make impression on your life, those are the things that you remember most. So I'll tell you one about the beginning of my career in Jamaica. My first hit record in Jamaica was called Hurricane Hattie. Now, my brethren, Prince Buster, thought that I copied the song of Monty Morris, Sinners. So, he took me down there to his record shop and that, and Buster was kind of wild. And I didn't know what was going to happen because I'm a country boy from the country, come in the city. I don't know what's going to happen, I'm going away, Man tell me say Buster bad and all that. Anyway, they're talking and talking and talking and talking. And Monty Morris said something to him like the man cool, man. And not the same word, but he said, make the man cool, man, or something like that. And I've never forgotten that Monty probably saved an actual fight that could have happened just by intervening in that thing. So I never forgot Monty for that. Cool.
And we talk about Mr. Monty Morris. Mr. Monty Morris, sir, legendary. Mr. Monty Mars.
Blessed love, my brother.
Much respect.
Much respect.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
Blessing,
yes.
blessing. Welcome to Act 105.
Yes, I. Much respect to the eyes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Keep the fire burning.
Yes, I.
Respect, Monty. Bless.
Great for the great work. Mr. Monty
Bless.
Morris.
Good night.
Good day.
My name is Sadie. I live in Vermont. I don't really have a question. I just want to say it's a pleasure meeting you again. Because years ago, when I was a kid, I was in that movie that you filmed in Another Bay, The Harder They Come.
Oh,
I was in this with the school kids in the cemetery scene.
Wow. You see it, Jimmy? Wow. I know we got to go live with that one.
It's always a pleasure to say I was in the movie and now to meet you, to see you, really meet you again in my adult life. It's really a pleasure. It's an honor.
well, thank you very kindly. Thank you. I am also honored and encouraged because I have a long way to go yet. They say in life, two of the greatest things is encouragement and respect. So I'm glad for that encouragement. Bless. Give thanks.
Mr. Eddie Edwards, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good.
Greeting. Now we
Eddie
got
Edwards from Country Club of Miami, the Jimmy Cliff. You know, everybody's talking about the harder they come. When will we get the chance to see the harder they come too?
You see what I say? Me Miss Ivan.
Yes, you read my mind. Because I was just about to, since she talked about the other come, I was just about to say we are in the process of writing the script right now.
Wow.
Because from that movie was made, from I was shooting the movie, I never agreed that my character should be killed. Because because what happened to Mr. Hilton?
Yeah.
He was a wicked guy, just to see him. I mean, take all people money, he killed people in so many other ways, whether with a gun, but it killed their career and killed their confidence and all of that, you know. So him should get killed too. But we're writing the new one, and yes, I'm starring in it as well. It's a new time.
Wow. That's good.
Good evening, Uncle Jimmy.
Bless.
My name is Papa Beto. I know you might remember me from coming around your studio and chicken chest with Newton. It's an honor, it's a pleasure to sit here listening to you. But my question is, any new albums?
Yes, I do have a new album. The single from the new album is called Life,
Yes, sir.
which it's quite likely that I might perform it tonight.
Yeah.
And I have yet to settle on what the title of the album is going to be, because we are thinking of putting it out in 2 EPs for the reason that there are 2 categories of songs on it. There is my social, political conscious songs. For instance, I have a song on it called Racism. And there's my relationship love side on it. For instance, I have a song on that called Oh My Goddess. So we're thinking of putting them out in 2 EPs, but it's not sealed up yet for that, because we might still put out the whole LP, because the other day I got an email from someone who heard it on a radio station in Jamaica and said, what happened to the radio? What happened to them songs I heard on that? So I'm still contemplating whether to go that way. But yes, I do have a new album. It could be called Summerton. It could be called, Summerton is my district where I grew up. It could be called Free for All, because there's a song on it about the internet. Internet is free for all. And it's a bittersweet song to me. For me, I wrote it out of that because, you know, the internet kind of really kill a lot of things for artists in terms of free for all. Anybody can download it on the internet. You don't get it. On the other hand, you have an opportunity if you're just starting out or wherever you're just starting out to put out your stuff without having to go through the channel stuff to find a record company and that.
Right.
So it has the two sides to it, yes.
When was the last time you released an album?
I think it was
Last one.
2012, you know. Yeah. That was Rebirth.
Rebirth.
Yeah.
Okay.
2012.
So that's a strong album too, you know.
Good evening. Thank you very much for being here with us. I'm so excited that you're here. My name is David Muir and I live in Fort Lauderdale. And I have two little things I want to mention. I went to school with one of your sons and I'm friends with your daughter Odessa and we work together. Question in terms of your movement with the new album. Tell us a little bit about what it is that, how you mix your wisdom from being in the music industry for this long period of time with the new technology. I hear you mention internet and so on. What's the strategy forward for you and that would help other young aspiring artists to know what is the way forward, please?
That's a good question. I like it because not everyone in this business has longevity, you know. So it's really no strategy. I don't think there's a strategy. It's just that I have come to realize that everyone come into this life with a purpose. You have to find what your purpose is. It might be great, it might be small, it might be medium, but everyone does have a purpose. And once you find out what that purpose is, your road becomes easier because you know where you're going. So my job is doing what I'm doing, and it's not complete yet. Look at many people that have started out with me or before me, they have crossed over to the other side of life. And I'm still here because my job is not over yet. So that burning desire is still with me, just like when I was going to make my first record. I still have that burning desire. Every time I hear somebody sit and play a piano chord, I still get the chills. Every time I hear the band strike up, I still get the chills. Every time I step into a studio, I still have my own studio, but every time I step into the studio, I get the feeling of that sound that I hear from the first time. And I know there's so much I have to say, socially, culturally, politically, and all the other alleys.
Yeah. Sir Marlon.
Good evening, Mr. Jimmy. My name is Marlon Hill, living in Miami by way of Spanish Town. Question for you. What have you learned about yourself as a Jamaican living in Brazil and Chile and Argentina, and how is that going to be reflected in your music going forward, your years there?
Well, I need to just set the record straight because it's been out there like I live in Brazil. Actually, I've never lived in Brazil. So set that straight. But I spent a good number of time in Brazil. I used to visit Brazil a lot. Brazil has been a very inspiring place to me, like we spoke about my first time I went there. And from that time, it has been an inspiring place for me. And then from that time, I've traveled all of those countries, you know, Chile, Uruguay, Panama, and so on and so forth. So, you know, Brazil, as a youth, I used to hear about samba music, you know. So, boy, when I go to Brazil, I hear the samba. And the first time what I heard, they're playing on samba drums. It's just percussion drums. They were playing reggae and samba percussive drums. No electronic instrument, just the samba drum. Wow! You know, I say, so Brazil is a place of great creativity. They have such brilliant musicians and so many different rhythms follow that. So it reminds me a lot of when I go to Africa. just like Jamaica.
Let's talk about, take it forward a bit. Club Paradise with Robin Williams and Peter O'Toole. How did that come about? How did Hollywood come knocking at your door?
Yes, like I said earlier, I've always felt I was a better actor than singer. And so, if I had the opportunity to just act, I would have acted it out. Because I remember one of the first plays I did in school. It was called King Sugar. And my role was to play King Sugar, because when Sugar was king, I played the lead role, which went something like, I am monarch of all I survey. My right there is none to dispute. From the center all round to the sea, I am Lord of the West Indies. You see, it had such an impact on me, the acting thing from then. You see, I still remember it, word for word.
Yeah.
And there were many others. So, the acting thing was always like in my blood, but it's easier to do record a song,
Right.
than to act. Not just to act, but to get a movie made.
Right.
Because that's the cost of it, and there's a lot more red tape, than in the record world. So, yeah. So that's the situation. That's the story of that.
South Florida, we're listening to Mr. Jimmy Cliff right here on your number one radio station, Hot 105. It's growing up in Jamaica, I remember the first time I hear this song, Many Rivers to Cross, they put me in a dance class and tell me they were teaching me creative dancing. Okay. But it was ballet. I mean, never got for it. I didn't go for it that time. Not because of the song, but it was the style. But back then I remember clearly about the song. Many Rivers to Cross.
Well, when you mention creative dancing,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know this part of my life. I was a dancer. I danced in creative dance groups on the north coast of Jamaica.
Wow.
And with the different dance troupe. And now and again they allow me to do one or two little songs. But I was a part of the dance troupe as a dancer. I could do limbo. I can't say I can do limbo now. But I still do my workouts, but I don't think I couldn't go under some of them stuff that I went under now.
Bamboo.
You know what I mean? I'm still quite supple. But yeah, I have to face the reality.
Yeah. Vietnam, the song Vietnam. Did you write that time when Vietnam War was going on? You wrote that song. How was that accepted in America? How did the people?
Okay, the Vietnam
take
War, that inspired the song. Plus, I had a friend from Somerton who went to Somerton School with me. Brilliant artist, Fritz Bernard. Fritz could paint anything, man. You just say, you see yourself there, trying and Fritz paint you, draw you and that, So he was my very good friend, because I love art.
Right.
Anything with art, I loved it. I did a little drawing too. I still do it. I mean, if I should ever retire, I think that's what I would do. Just lay on the beach in Jamaica and do my drawings.
Yeah.
But Fritz Bernard went to Vietnam War, and man, Fritz came back and didn't recognize me. Vietnam blew his mind.
Wow.
Man didn't recognize me. How they spray banana feel in Jamaica. You have these low-flying planes that fly over the field and spray the bananas.
Right.
And I was there at my home with Monty, and one of the plane was passing by. So Monty said, not Monty, I mean Fritz said, run for cover, run for cover, run for cover. You know, so his mind was blown. He thought it was
Vietnam, still
one
back
of the
there.
one of the warplane them coming for him. So first didn't recognize me, his good friend.
Wow. Back in
And
Jamaica.
so that time was it was a touching thing for me, that war. That is my personal story. But plus, when I lived in the UK also, I was one of the protesters against the war.
Wow.
So yeah.
You wrote a lot of songs which, people think maybe it's too revolutionary song that you wrote, but it's what come out of you and what you feel.
Yeah, it's natural. It's very natural, you know. So.
Do you ever sing a song that somebody wrote for you?
Oh yeah. Because even though I wanted to be an actor, at first I was a singer. So I can interpret songs.
Right.
I can interpret a song. I can interpret a lyric. So some people can write a song and it's not really for them, even though they're the writer. So they give it to who can write it,
Right.
who can sing it. So Wild World was a huge hit for me. But it was written by Cat Stevens.
Yeah.
And he didn't like the song. And I said, well, I mean like it. And I called him on the phone.
Yeah.
And him had his guitar playing on the phone in his home. And I just started singing it. He played the key, and I gave him the key over the phone. And he went in with a set of Caribbean musicians
Right.
that lived in the UK at the time. And he cut the track. And then I went in, put my voice on, and be a part of the backing singers that did it. And there was a singer back in the days from America who was over there. 'Cause back in the days, in those days in the UK, it was like a mecca for creativity. From Jimi Hendrix to, everybody came to England
Right.
because it was the place to open doors for you. So I was there, So I did the song. It became a huge hit all over Europe. And then Cat Stevens, now he's called Yusuf Islam.
Right.
He will answer to you if you say Cat Stevens.
Can't say that no more.
I'm not doing it. Well, it's choice. It's his choice.
His choice, yeah. It's work.
So the song became a huge hit, and then he recorded it now. And he and I had the same record company in the U.S. called A&M.
Okay.
So A&M put out his version of Wild World instead of my version. So he got the hit in the U.S.
Right.
before me. So like mine just come like, you know what I mean? It's not a version. But I was the original, even though it was the writer.
Yeah. That's interesting. You wrote a lot of songs for Lion King too, the movie.
Yeah.
Lion King. How did that come about too?
I'm Lion King now. Actually, the song Hakuna Matata was already done by bad keyboard player singer. Eh? Elton John.
Elton John.
Elton John. And the writer, the lyricist of the song, link up with me on the phone and say, they want to do, actually it's a brethren from Jamaica said they want to do a reggae version of it. So he going to put me in touch with the writer. So he put me in touch with the writer, the lyricist.
Right.
And we said, okay, we have to change this thing around. So, we get together and we discuss over the phone and change it around, So that's how I get to do that song. It was brought to me by a Jamaican who said they wanted to do a reggae version. And so, yeah, that's how that came.
Right. You got a new song now. We got a new single. It's called Life. Sound to me like Full Circle.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's a great song, and I know you're gonna have you perform it tonight for us, and that's a part of the album that we talk about. You know, how many songs do you finish already for the album, and when you think the album will be out?
Well, the album is done.
Oh, it's done.
The album is finished, except for a few mixes that I want to do again. But all the songs are finished, you know.
Right.
So, you know, we have about 13 songs or 14 or something like that. But the album is finished. I'm just doing a few more remixes
Right.
to mix again, which when you listen forward, you say, well, that one I could do better, you know what I mean? And so it's like that. So the album is coming out next year.
Right.
Whether
next
we
year.
do it in 2 EPs or the album by itself, whichever way. But it's coming out next year. And the song Life is about the choices we make in life. You know,
Right.
everyone, the choices you make in life determine whether you're successful or not. You know, you can make some bad choices and some great, really good choices. You make bad choices. So it's about that, you know. So it's about choices and living the life here and now.
Right. Right. I like that song, man. You know, and I know it's gonna do good. It's gonna do good across the board. You know, we're gonna take a break, South Florida. We're gonna get back to you talking to Mr. Jimmy Cliff right
Blessed
here.
love, this is Jimmy Cliff and Hot FM. Stay
Yes, sir.
tuned.
Check, check. Anybody have any questions for Mr. Jimmy Cliff? Anybody? No? Okay.
Made with real ingredients in minutes. Find your favorite Bob Evans side dish in the refrigerated section of your grocery store. Bob Evans, farm fresh goodness.
How you doing, Mr. Josh? We welcome Mr. Josh, or Hollywood Mayor, right here, Mr. Josh Levy, John, Nicole, Adam, partner, Mr. Marlon Hill, attorney, Overton Lindo, Donnie Breckenridge, VP Records, Mr. Owie. How you do? Eddie Edwards, Mr. Eddie. And remember, we got Jerk Festival coming up, right? November 12th. Yeah. Taurus Riley, Yellow Man, Morgan Heritage, Ken Boot. Yeah, coming up November 12th. Jerk Ice Cream. Yeah. Yeah.
Our storm recovery event is going on now at Toyota of Hollywood. We know that there are a lot of people out there who need to replace vehicles that were lost or damaged in the storm. So now we're going to provide additional incentives. Choose from over 1,500 cars and trucks at up to 50% less than their original price when new. 50% less. No matter what the condition of your vehicle, trade it in and get an additional $500 trade bonus on top of your trade value. And all insurance checks will be accepted. Get 0% APR long-term financing with zero down and instant credit approval on select models by any retailer. And we'll make your payments till 2019. You heard right. We'll make your payments till 2019 during our storm recovery event at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the Southeast region, based on total new Toyota retail sales for 2016 per LCT on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street.
Debt-free, and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. There are debt relief programs that help people like you escape overwhelming credit card debt. National Debt Relief has helped tens of thousands of people just like you reduce more than $500 million of debt. National Debt Relief has helped so many people. They're A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau. You don't have to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan. You have the right to settle your
800-725-9962. 800-725-9962. That's 800-725-9962.
What's going on, it's your boy Tank. You're listening to WHQT. Carl Goodness from Miami's hot 105.
Introducing Let's Go Money. Send money with MoneyGram and have your loved ones collect from over 120 Let's Go Money agents across Jamaica, where they'll get Let's Go Money rewards. Remind them to use their receipts to redeem big savings and discounts from select retailers across Jamaica. You send money, they receive money and get rewards. Simple thing. Visit Let's Go Jamaica for more and enter funds at your
Good chat. When or where? Okay, you choose. You choose at what point in time you'd like me to do it. It's your choice.
Floridians everywhere are turning into energy experts with new smart tools from FPL. With your online energy dashboard and a new FPL mobile app,
All right,
stay on top of your energy use anytime, anywhere. And with the new projected bill feature, no time to wait to save even more. Take the online home energy survey at fpl.com/easily save, and you can save up to $300 a year.
Welcome back. Wonderful night we have in here. Hot 105, Hot Live, up close and personal with Mr. Jimmy Cliff. And we got a questions? Yeah.
Hello, good evening. I'm Carla from Miami. My family is from Trinidad and Tobago. You inspired me so much as a young person that I married a Jamaican. In all seriousness, though, I remember becoming aware in the 80s of apartheid, and I remember that your voice was someone that made me so proud to be a Caribbean American person. You had this worldwide stage in a song so simple. We were in the studio with Tonto and just enjoying you a couple weeks ago with a song like We All Are One. Such a simple song that made such an impact on me during a time when I couldn't understand how something like apartheid could be happening in the 20th century. So I think that that song, now we play it again, is so relevant once again, and your voice and the simplicity of how we should be as human beings that you've expressed is so important now. Apart from your new recordings that we're all looking forward to, if you were to re-release something in terms of what we're going through now in this bubbling racial strife, what would you re-release to help young people, like you did me when I was a kid, realize that we all are just together and we're bigger than this?
Okay. Well, first of all, I thank you for the comment. What I would re-release is a song that I wrote a long time ago. I wrote this song in Senegal. And the song is called Beyond the Boundaries. It's not a very popular song, I know. But lots of great songs are sleepers. So it's called Beyond the Boundaries. Go beyond your national boundary. Go beyond the racial boundary. Go beyond the sexual boundary. I mean the sexes. Yeah, yeah. go beyond the cultural boundary and have universal love. Universal love. So that's a song I know never got the earring that I would have loved it to get, because it's what we need to do now, to go beyond the boundaries. It takes a lot. It takes a whole lot. It takes knowledge. It takes right knowledge. But it also takes love and compassion to go beyond the boundaries. So that's a song I would re-release. Beyond the Boundaries, it's called. Thank you.
Have you ever been to South Africa? You know, you ever been to in
Yeah,
South
man.
Africa?
Yeah, man.
At that time, when all these,
Yeah, man. Let me
things
tell
were
you.
happening.
As I told you, my role is a pioneer's role, you know. I was the first Jamaican to do so many different things in the music industry. So yeah, I was also the first to go to South Africa. Not just South Africa, but Africa. The first place I went to was Nigeria. And then, yes, I went to South Africa during the apartheid time, when it was, there was forbidden to go there. There was an embargo against any artist who go there. But really, the artist was about who went to play in Sun City. I don't know if you know about Sun City. Sun City was like a, paradise for the rich.
Right.
And for, for the white. So I went with my band during that time. And the story is, we played in Soweto, we played in Durban, we played in Cape Town. But the impact, what it made on me was, we were there for like 2 weeks. I think if I was there one more day, I would explode.
Wow.
Because it was in the heart of apartheid. And now I don't know up to this day why they allowed us to come in and play. But they allowed us to come in, and we played for interracial crowd.
Right.
From white to black to Japanese, Chinese, Indians. A lot of Indians are down there. And we played. Now when I went into, we played in Soweto, was the first show, Rufaro Stadium. And in the sound check, there's a lot of my handlers, like my engineers and stage hands and that, they were British, white British from England. And when we were doing the sound check, man, they start throwing things on stage.
Wow.
So boy, all of us say, rotted boy, what gonna happen tonight? So we're there to do a job. So we went out, and show started, they announced. They played the first chord. The tension that was in the crowd before, you could feel
Pull right back.
it just, the tension just go like that, and it becomes smooth. And the band played, and I started singing, and everything went cool and smooth. I look way in the back. There was a spear and a shield. Somebody holding it up. And I played for like 3 hours, because you can't go Africa and play without less than that. You know what I'm saying? Just Jimmy Cliff, you're Jimmy Cliff. If you don't play long, we beat you.
Wow, really? Yeah.
So I watched the spear and the shield like coming along up, little by little by little by little, little by little by little by little, until it reached right up to the front of the stage. And went around and come up on the stage and presented me with the shield and the spear. It was the Zulu. The Zulu tribe.
The Zulu tribe.
And they went down and kissed my feet.
Wow.
And, you know, I tell my brethren, I cry.
Yeah. Yeah.
I cry, bring tears to my eye, man. But, you know, that was another impactful time. I went, because when we were in the hotel, and when we looked down and out in the park, we see blacks only, whites only. Those are the seats that in the park. I said, man, it's about to start run cold. Never seen them things before.
Right.
And then, well, at nights, I would go out against what they say. At the time, we were wearing military, fatigue, you know?
Yeah.
Military thing. So, one night we went out, and the police came and shined the light in the car, stop us, and then shine the light in the car and look and see us wearing the military. They say, you know, you're not supposed to wear these things down here. He say, yeah, I didn't know that. He said, yeah, you're not supposed to wear in a different tone. He said, down here, come out. And we come out of the car. And he start want to know your name and that. And I started talking first. He said, okay, my name is Jimmy Cliff. He said, oh, Mr. Cliff, can I have your autograph? So, you know, you see what the celebrity thing can do.
Yeah.
The celebrity thing can break down some barriers. So really, it's music and sports that can break down a lot of barriers in the world today. You know.
True.
So, yeah, that was another very big impact on my life. And when I left South Africa, a lot of backlash against it. So you were supposed to go, you went, you know, both from black side and white side, and you know, but we didn't care. We did our job.
Right. Did you go back? Did you ever been back to South Africa?
I've been back many times, not
different
to perform.
now, right?
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
different
it's
now.
different, not to perform. It's different in the sense that, oh, you know, you can go around any place and all that, but look, the whites still control the money, man. The whites control the money, and the blacks, I mean, and some of the blacks then will get the opportunity to go into the political system, you know, never see come see, and them, you know, full them pocket and forget their brothers and sisters, you know, and so it's a long way to go. It's a long way to go. Again, it comes back to getting right knowledge, right wisdom, and right understanding. Yeah.
As we talk about knowledge and understanding, let's talk about Jamaican music today. Yeah, as we call, let's talk about dancehall, girls, cars, and superstars. You know, that's what we call it.
Well, you know, I like to say overstanding because when you're young, as a child, you're under the situation. You're under your parents' rule. You stand under and look up. But when you become an adult or so, you're over the situation now. So I say overstanding. Well, dancehall, the rhythm good enough. The rhythm is great.
Right.
It's just what goes on top of it.
Lyrically.
And all of that. But it's great rhythms, you know, because look, the mainstream of popular music today is dancehall.
Right.
Justin Bieber. I can name them. You know, even Beyonce. Rihanna.
Yeah.
You know, so it's the mainstream of music, of popular music today. But in Jamaica, missing out because, you know, you have to learn to take think a different way, how to think in a universal way, you know.
Right.
I mean, there are lots of artists down there who have the feeling and everything. But the same dancehall rhythm, man, can go there. So me, I love dancehall because of the rhythm. But I wish the brethren and sister them would have developed the, you know, mentality of looking forward and outward. Also look inward and come out.
True.
Yes.
Do you ever, you know, reach out to any younger artists and say, listen, man, this is how we want you to write your songs, or this is how we want you to put out your songs, you know, because children are listening, you know, kids, we got to pay attention to that. Do you ever?
Yeah, done that all the time, but them say, boy, that I go now, you know.
That I go on.
Yes, that I go now, you know. So, you
Yeah.
know, you have to go with it now, you know. So them say, that say, you know.
Right. We talk about Beyonce, Jay-Z, and all the, you know, so much other, you know, Justin Bieber. A lot of them sample pieces of reggae.
Exactly.
How do you feel about reggae not getting the airplay that it's supposed to be, but then you hear samples of other, you know, these artists on the radio every day across the board?
Tanto, you see, now you're touching something that's very sensitive. Because I know all of you people here at the radio station. I say, okay, you don't play enough reggae music and all of that, I would say. So how I feel about it,
Yeah.
it's the same way. I mean, I take that, you know, the artist, we have the rhythm.
Right.
So we just have to put the right stuff on top of it. You know, realize that, you know, because the few that have broken through with the same dancehall rhythm,
right,
like Sean Paul, is have a different way to put it out, to put his stuff on it. He sing
Right.
about party and stuff like that, but
Right.
in a way that, you know, it attract audience. But yeah, that's it.
True. Do you want to hear Mr. Jimmy Cliff sing? Yeah? Ready for that? We're going to make Mr. Jimmy Cliff. You got the new song, Life. As I say, I feel like it's, you know, come full circle with everything that you're doing and continue doing. So we want to hear a piece of life. So the people who haven't heard me played it on the radio, I've been playing it, you know, on the radio a lot.
Oh, great.
And you know, it's a great song. So we can get to listening it.
Sweet life, life, real life, sweet life, real life. I've got it here and now to live this once. I don't know much about the second chance. Some people living just to make ends meet. I choose to live it and make it sweet. And I'm living, said I'm living, making life little better every day. School children love it when you make learning fun. They get no joy when they don't have none. Some say it's a thing that drive them crazy. I say it's a thing I got to make me happy. And I'm living, yes I'm living, making life little better every day. A little better, 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 better every day. A little better, 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 better every day. A little better, 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 better every day. A little better, 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 better every day. And I'm living, Yes, I'm living, making life better, better every day. I'm taking it one day at a time. I know there's something out here now that's mine. Let's get together and feel alright. Let's get together and take it to the highest heights. And I'm living, said I'm living, making life little better every day. A little better, 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 better every day. A little better, 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 better every day. A little better, 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 better every day. A little better, 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 better every day. Said I'm living, oh I'm living, making life little better every day. Some say it's a blessing, they've been in time. I know there's something out here now that's mine. It's just a thing that makes them come. Let's get together and live it in perfect love. And I'm living, said I'm living, making life little better every day. A little better, 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 better every day. A little better, 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 better every day. A little better, 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 better every day. A little better, 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 better every day. Life, sweet life, life, real life, life. Sweet life, life, sweet life, 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 life. Oh, life, 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 good life, sweet life, a better life, nice life, sweet life, good life, sweet life, good life. Mm-hmm.
Your station, South Florida, 50 minutes of today's R&B and old school. Mr. Jimmy Cliff, right here, live and direct, hot live. Gotta take a break. We'll be back with you right after this. Stay close. Happy birthday, Adam. Hey. Where we going tonight? Where we going tonight? Happy birthday, my brother. Attack. Eh? Happy birthday, Miss Claudette. Happy birthday to you. Thank you. So much birthday. Good. Just want to let you know, I got to make a little announcement. Our next at live right here will be Mr. Vegas, December 2nd. And December 8th, Mr. Vegas, Cash Only Club, downtown Las Solos. So that's going to be a good one. Welcome back at live with Mr. Jimmy Cliff right here in our Penthouse Studios. Mr. Jimmy, live. That was, did everybody enjoy that? It's a good song, right? When we think about Jimmy Cliff over the years and, all of your songs that you do and we hear this fresh one, it's a great song.
Thank you.
Great song. And then, I was just asking you about video, but you said there's a video out for it.
Absolutely, yeah, there's a video out. Yes.
So
great one too.
we have to check it out, So, when you sum up all your music, Jimmy, and when we look back now, how much album would you say you have, or how much CD? And if you put all that
Quite recently,
on the shelf.
I was attempting to go through the list because they are studio albums and they are compilation albums.
Right.
So I didn't get through all of it, really and truly. I do need, I can't do it by myself, so I have to get someone. But I'm sure there's over 25 studio albums and a whole lot of compilation albums.
Right.
So I can't quote the correct figure. That's a lot of albums.
That's a lot of music. And you're right, most of them.
Most of them.
Yeah.
It's a very small percentage that I haven't written myself.
Do you play any instrument? I know you play guitar, and I know you.
Yeah,
you
man. I
know.
played guitar.
Right.
I play keyboard and I play percussion. Yeah.
Right. And you play on some of your music also?
Yeah, the song called Rebel in Me. Do you know that one?
Oh, yeah, Rebel in Me, yeah.
I play the keyboards in that.
Ah, okay. Nice.
That's
Yeah.
a kind of a love song. The Loving Rebel.
Yeah, man. You know, you do. Were you a part of Bongo Man movie too, right?
Yeah, well, that movie actually is a kind of a co-production with myself and a German producer. So yeah, that movie, we did that. I'll tell you, there's a big part of that movie was in 1980 when I came back from South Africa. I was so inspired that I put on a free concert in my district, Somerton, for all the people. And like rain fell the day before. But like 30,000 people came to anyway. They called it mud splash.
Mud splash.
But the people love and enjoy. When you going to do the next one, man? When you going to do the next one? And we haven't done it yet. But I was so inspired by South Africa, what happened there, that I came back and said, boy, I have to do something for the people.
Right.
Just did a free concert for them.
When I was a kid, I mashed up
And
on
out of the free concert, he got a lot of the footages for Bongo Man.
Also Countryman too.
Well, Countryman, no, it's not my movie. That
not-
Countryman is different.
But you have soundtrack.
But probably I have some of my song in there.
Yeah, in
quite
the,
likely,
you
quite
know.
likely.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I mashed up one of your car,
Oh,
I
yeah?
just I confessed it, the New Kingston.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I just said, no, not a kid, me a big man. You can't say that now. Yeah, in New Kingston, You remember the days of New Kingston,
man.
right? With
Yeah.
Chris and Driver, I mashed up one of your car, but I did take it right though.
Okay. Okay.
So
All right.
it's good to know, and it's great. Jimmy, it's always a pleasure, Welcome to 105 anytime, my brother. It's
Well,
always.
Thanks for the invitation. I'm going to take you up on it.
Oh, please, please,
Good,
please, definitely.
Like I was telling you about the two different kind of songs that I've written for the new album. Like one is a social conscious song, and one is like love song relationship. There's the one called La 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 La. This is my love song. La ya 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 ya. To you, my love. La 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 la. This is my love song. Ay ya 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 ya. To you, my love. I am sending you this song. I know you can relate. 'Cause you're the inspiration that make me feel so great. Oh my goodness gracious. Your love is so precious. Come along, sing with me. La 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 la. This is my love song. Aya. Ay ya 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 ya. To you, my love. This is my love song. Aya. Ay ya 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 ya. To you, my love.
So sir. Jimmy Cliff, man. We hot live right
know you
here on
wanted to
Hot
hear a love
105. You see, you gotta hear a love song, right? It's Adam's birthday, so that's good. That's
Actually, this song I wrote for my wife. So yeah.
I heard somebody scream something over there.
Many rivers to cross, but I can't seem to find my way over. Wandering, I've been lost as I travel along the white cliffs of Dover.
Yes, sir. Yes, Jimmy. That's great. That's great. That's great, man. It's good. So we're gonna look out for the movie. Cause we're gonna keep you up on that, cause we really want to see part 2.
Yeah, man.
I'll be an extra too.
That's right. I was just about to say, you remember? There was a part where a DJ play a part in the first movie.
Yeah.
Prince must have played that. So you can be the one who the DJ who's going to play the part next time.
So I'm first in line, so that's
Yeah.
good. It's an honor, man. And we know, as Jamaica, you're an ambassador for so long, so many years. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, all these things. How does that make you feel, Jimmy? As because I know it make you feel great, it make you feel good. It's an honor, but stepping out there and when people say yes, Jimmy, it's appreciated. I know that.
Like I was saying, there are two things. In whatever our task, our journey in life, is appreciation and encouragement.
True.
And I really appreciate being with all of you tonight. And I'm very encouraged by the enthusiastic feeling that I'm getting from you. I feel your love.
We love you, man. We love you, man. We can't say it. We love you, my brother. We love you for all the work you've done. For me personally, the first Jamaican I'm gonna see on the television or the movie is you. Let's take it back. It's true.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Like I was telling you, that's my role.
As an actor.
I'm the door opener. I'm the door opener for all things. I mean, I just fall into it. I didn't ask for it.
Right.
It just come like that. I was the first to go to Africa. I was the first to go to South America. I was the first to go to New Zealand, wherever you name them. I didn't ask for it. I just happened. Japan, you name them. So on the movies, the movie really bust it open for all Jamaicans. Yeah.
True. That is good. One of the best things that we practice as a youth is that pose where you make with that. We'll
It's
never
iconic.
forget that.
That's become iconic.
Yeah.
That's become iconic. But I tell you, the impact that movie had, I'm going to give you a little part of it, which I think you might not have known. Most rappers love the movie Scarface. But check it out. He come from Cuba, come to the big city in America, looking to make it, got mixed up in drugs, and finally had to shoot himself out. What is that? So that movie had an impact also on Hollywood.
Right. You got a question, brothers? Jati? It's Reggae Runnings Live, Hot Live with Mr. Jimmy Cliff. Final
Yes.
hour we're taking down right now. Jati.
Greetings, my legend.
Blessed love.
Yes, sir. When I was a boy, I heard this, that you was the first man to take Bob Marley on the stage to make him be who he is today or who he was. Is it true?
Well, we kind of went through that, you know.
Him just come.
Oh, actually, it wasn't the stage. It was the studio. And I told the whole story. In the studio, I was the one who auditioned him. And 5 songs he sang, I chose 3 of the songs. Judge Not, 1 Cup of Coffee, Terror. And those 3 songs is the backdrop for Bob Marley's writing career. Judge Not is talking about his himself as an individual. Who are you to judge me? You know, every time you point your finger, one points back at you. And he writes a lot of great love songs, you know. And Terror is also about his revolutionary mind. So yeah, that was it. That was it. That's a true story.
That's it. Yeah.
A true story. And I've been working for the longest time on a book called The True Story of Reggae.
Wow, great.
And Monty, you and I, you know.
Yeah. All right, Monty. So Walter Lindo.
Monty was a big impact on Jamaica, you know. That time, Monty started out before me.
Yeah.
So Monty was an inspiration for me. So yeah, I'm the right true story of reggae. But especially the musicians that people don't know how they make, how they are. There was a drummer called Jumbago. And sometimes he just come with a little piece of song. I say, come here, boy. He take out him flute. He always travel the flute. Sing that. And you sing it, you know. And they put the song together for you. Right. Those musicians are the unsung heroes. And that story has to be told.
Right, true.
You see the light, but you need to know about the transformer that gives the light. And those were the people.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
I'm writing that book. I'm working in it.
We don't recognize a lot of musicians, but that's true. That's great. That's great. We got Mr. Baltimore, Rodney Baltimore from the Tom Joyner Morning Show. Rodney.
Hey, good evening to everyone, and thank you too. And Mr. Cliff, I just want to ask, with your songs, such as Vietnam and Wonderful World, you saw the universality of what was going on that was beautiful about the world as a result of your travels, and also you made a political statement. And do you still think that musicians still have an obligation to the masses to interpret what is going on socially and politically, from beauty to the bad?
Oh yeah, I mean, like I was saying earlier too, it's a natural thing with me. I'm sensitive to social happenings. I have a great sense of wrong and right and justice. I said, sure, that's not right, you know, that's not right, you know. The thing about wrong and right these days is like I told you, I had lots of gunman friends. And, you know, every time you decide to do something wrong, there's a voice in you say, that's not right. And you do it again, the voice says, that's not right. And you do it again, it says, that's not right. Yeah, that's not right. That's not right. Till you lose your sense of what is right and wrong. The voice gets smaller and smaller, and you lose it, and now you become numb to those things, you know. So yeah, I did a lot of those things come to me naturally because I'm sensitive to it, you know. Yeah.
Right. What is coming up for Jimmy Cliff 2018?
Well, the album, you know, the album is coming out, and I haven't toured neither the U.S. nor Europe for 2 years. I spent the time writing the album, writing and producing the album. So, by the way, that track that played live, you know, Lenky Marsden, Lenky rhythm master, you know. Yeah, he did that track. And I did like 4 songs on it with him. He produced them. So what's coming out is the new album, and then I'm going to tour with it.
Right.
Touring US and Europe. And so, yeah. And then we also put a slot in it for start shooting the movie. The Harder They Come.
Right.
Actually, we might not call it The Harder They Come Part 2. Again, we have titles going around, but they're set on a title, say Men in Rust Cross.
True. Take you right back to that. Men in Reverse to Cross right there, you know, because that's where it's all started. 21-year-old writing a song, Men in Reverse to Cross. That is good. Mr. Jimmy Cliff, thank you, sir. Much respect. Much respect for you to do this. It's an honor. Ladies and gentlemen, the only living musician with the heart of merit right here with us tonight, Sir Jimmy Cliff. Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, man.
Pleasure.
True. It's
Give
a
thanks.
pleasure. And, you know, thank you so much, listeners, for coming out. You know, this is what we do. We do it for you so you can get to know your artists and what we do in our community every day. Thank you so much. Much love always. Give thanks.
I said, love, let's do
South
it again.
London.
I have a lot more
It's
stories
Hot
that you
Live.
haven't heard yet.
Hot 105.